Hey, I'm Shiv Palekar, I'm an actor, and I'm playing Leo at Sydney Theatre Company's 4,000 Miles. Welcome to Here We Are.
First off, what draws you to the theatre?
It's something that you can't get anywhere else. A lot of people say that, but it's because it's true. You know, you don't get that at home in front of your TV. You don't get that, I don't know, on a plane. Like, you have to be there. It's a live exchange. It's the best place to work, I think.
Yeah. What stories speak to you? Is there a story that you've seen on stage you're like, ooh, I wish I was in that myself?
I love things that speak about the big and small things at the same time, like the work of Martin McDonagh. That's something that I did a production here in 2019, and I've loved all his plays, all his films. I'm a huge fan because it deals with the macro and micro in this like really seamless, beautiful way.
I read somewhere that Beauty Queen Leenane was your favorite production you've done.
It was, yeah. Martin McDonagh.
Yeah. Can you speak, what about that show really brought you life?
I think it was a role that I've never kind of played before. I usually play, I don't know, like a sweet, lovable type of person, and that was a very different role. It was a kind of very frustrated, very angry, and very restless, like Irish youth who had a lot of anger, it screamed a lot. It was great to let some of that out. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, you've been in Australia for a little bit now, you've been all around the world. Yeah. What brought you to NIDA? What brought you to Australia?
We actually, in high school, a company from Brisbane called Zenzo Physical Theatre Company did our school play, which was The Tempest, in 2008. And I didn't want to audition. My mum forced me. I went, and like 3 weeks in, I was like, I want to do this for my whole life. And that's what I did. And NIDA was the first place to audition. I was going to look at schools in the UK, the US, but it so happened that it came up first, and I, luckily got in. And so I didn't question it. You don't question these things. You do it. And so I did it, and now I'm here.
I think it's a beautiful way to approach acting in general, right?
Totally. Just jump in.
And then being able to travel around the world and perform. You performed at Skirball in New York.
Yes.
How was that, being your North American debut?
It was a dream come true. It actually was. I think when I started as when I was 15 or 16, and I was like, I think this is what I want to do with my life. Performing in New York was 100% like part of the dream. And it was awesome to go there, for people to love it, for us to share something from here and from South Asia with an audience that we wouldn't know how they'd take it. But they ate it up, and I got to tick off a life dream. So it's like, I'd be happy to never work again. That's legit how I felt. It was awesome. And
do you find a difference between North American audiences and audiences on this side of the world?
They were super giving. Audiences are very giving here, but they were I think they're very theater literate, especially in New York. They see 1,000 shows a year, and so they tell you what they think. But it's never rude or never too much. If they're loving it, it's just the right amount, and you know where you stand. And it's a good feeling to know where you stand when you're on stage, to not have the ambiguity of like, do they hate it? Like, if they love it, if they hate it. So
I think that's a perfect example of New York, right? Somebody will walk by you on the street and be like, hey, I like you, or like, I hate you, right?
Totally. Yeah.
So now we're going to go into the quick fire question round here. All right? Yeah. So first things first, what's your pre-show ritual?
I drink a coffee about half an hour before. I stretch. I listen to a playlist that I've made, and I chat to the company. I find just being available and, speaking to people is a good thing. Gets me ready.
Is there a song you listen to get you in the mood for Leo?
Yeah, at the moment I've been listening to a song called On and On by Stephen Bishop. It's I don't know when it came out, maybe the late 70s or the early 80s, but it's this beautiful song about this dude not really knowing where he's headed, but throwing his heart up and just, carrying on. And I think that speaks to the character in many ways.
Is there a post-show meal you like to grab?
Chicken burgers. Yeah, I'm starving at the end of every show. Porto, there's a chain here called Porto, and I eat their spicy chicken burgers and chips, and I probably eat 3 people's worth of food after a show.
You burn a lot of calories in a show like that.
Yeah, I get hungry.
And last thing, 24 hours in Sydney. What do you do?
Okay, I would go to Callan Park, which is, I guess, not a super common place to go. A lot of people do the Coogee to Bondi. I recommend that. It's great, but it's very busy. So go to Callan Park, or have a swim at Clovelly, get a fish burger from Out of the Blue, and then go out, go to Newtown. I don't know, get a drink somewhere. Go to Auntie for dinner. That's my favorite place to eat at the moment.
And you heard it first here, folks. Thank you so much, Shiv.
Thank you.